Hey there, welcome back. It's Killer Combat once again for another Football Planet video. I'm bringing you part 2 of day 5 for my NEWSTARS team on the new Ajax server. So a couple of things I'm going to do at least. You know, usually I kind of go off on a tangent and start talking about loads of crazy stuff and doing loads of different modes and matches. So we'll see how it goes. But the main reasons I wanted to do this video was, firstly, I'm just going to go through the Classic League for a start. So, that's how I'm doing at the moment. 1-2, lost 1, and I'm currently ranked in 13th place. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, I must say. And just to kind of break it down and explain what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks with the league, because as you can see, the second, first and Premier League are empty for obvious reasons, because we've just started. It's the first season of the league. So what's happened is, whoops, pushed the wrong button. So what's happened is we had to go through a qualifying round, and then the top 32, or the 32 players that managed to qualify from their qualifying matches, are now populated in this bottom league. So what we're doing is, firstly, we're going to be fighting over the rewards. I mean, they're not amazing. I mean, I'm just really interested in the gold, to be honest, because even if I came 9th to 32nd, which is probably where I'm going to come, to be fair, 53,000 gold sounds like a lot to me, so I'm pretty happy with that. But the difference between you know, that bottom tier reward and champion isn't huge, to be fair. Not like it is when you get higher up into the Premier League and stuff. So the second league is 24 teams in it. So what will happen is the top 24 this season will move straight up into that second league to fully populate that. The bottom 7, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. Bottom 8 teams will drop out, and they will have to register again to try and participate in the third league next week. And then what will happen is, every week, however many teams are needed to populate each league, everybody will jump up to fill those spots. So yeah, like I say, top 24, we're going to be heading to the second league. So that's why I was saying on Sunday and kind of during the week as well that it was really important to register, to give yourself a chance to get into this kind of big kind of move up, because everyone's going to be migrating so quickly and there's so many places available. It's so much easier to get up the leagues, even if you're not quite, you know, ready, sort of thing. You're not quite good enough to be in that league, because what happens is, once we get to the point where all 4 leagues are fully populated. So for instance, the third league, it will only be 8 teams that can move up. Second league only 4 teams, and first league only 2 teams. So it does make it much easier when you're in now the first kind of full week. So yeah, that's kind of how that's going to work. Champions Cup, I haven't actually looked at this yet. Okay, so this guy has beaten me quite hard. I didn't expect, once I saw the group that I was in, to qualify because these guys are quite a bit stronger than me, and that's because they're the seeded teams. I did not get into the top 16 before the what's it called, Royal Battle finished for its registration period on Sunday. So I dropped out of that top 16 before then, and yeah, basically I'm just here to get whooped. So what will happen to me is we will drop down into the next cup down. So you can see the rules there, in case you didn't know. You can push an exclamation mark to see the rules of the cup and things. So I will likely end up in this League Cup, which isn't too bad, to be fair. I mean, I'm quite happy, because even in the League Cup, I can get quite a substantial amount of fragments for a superstar player. And like I was saying, because of me playing this account totally free to play, superstar players are probably the way I want to go, because they're going to be so much easier to rank up. They take less bottles to level up, they take less cards to make SS, they take less and easier items to make SR, and you know, in general they're just cheaper in every aspect of leveling up and upgrading and breaking through, blah de blah de blah. And then also the fragments themselves in the Hall of Fame are much easier to acquire. So, you know, lots of positive reasons to go for superstar players for myself personally. But, you know, the reason they are cheaper is because their stats are not as good as Master, and then Master is not as good as Legend because they're harder to get, they're rarer, and they cost more to upgrade, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. So I'll just run a few gameplays so that let's keep it interesting, mix it up. So what else did I want to talk about? I was also going to talk about the Giant League, because people are now going to be getting to the point where they're high enough level and they're ready to kind of compete in that Giant League mode. So what I would suggest is go for easy, or normal, the middle one. Definitely not hard. You need a lot of team power for hard mode, and what I wanted to do was kind of explain what the real prerequisites are to get into that hard mode and actually win it, because hard mode is something that you want to get into as quickly as possible. It's definitely going to give you more of a boost in stats than anything else you can do once you get to the point where you're strong enough to actually do it. So in my experience, and if people are not watching the videos or they just completely ignore my advice, then there are some people that are going to go to hard mode prematurely, and then what that will do is you'll be stuck in a league where you get absolutely mullered in every game. Oh, this green journey is crashing my game every time. I can't prevent it. I've restarted the game, and yeah, it's just not working for some reason. There must be a bug. I might have to report that, so I'll stop playing those matches for now. So Giant League is unlocked at level 50. So yeah, hard mode. I would say you need about 2,500 team power to do it. It's still going to be difficult, and you're still going to come across challenges that you can't do. The hardest challenges, I suppose, is concede less than 15 goals. The reason that's so difficult is because you have to play 36 games in that mode, and you know, it just takes the odd 1 or 2 goals here and there, and you know, getting to 15 is quite easily done, I suppose. So the main 2 prerequisites, or 3 prerequisites, let's say, so 2,500 team power or thereabouts, a really strong keeper, and at least 1 really strong striker. The reasons being, the keeper's going to keep the opponent's goal scoring tally as low as possible, not just in, you know, one match, but across the whole season. You need to concede, you know, next to no goals as least as possible, because that concede less than 15 goals challenge comes up quite a lot, and also you just need it because, you know, you just generally need to win as many matches as possible. It's even when the concede less than 15 goals challenge doesn't come up, you get 3 challenges per season that you do. So the reason you need a good striker is because they're going to have an SS keeper, and therefore that keeper is going to be really strong, and it's difficult in general to score against them. So let's just whack on a Royal Battle game just while I ramble on a bit about Giant League. Let's see, who can I play? Oh, FC Swinton. That name rings a bell for some reason. Flaming 11s. Is it the rematch? I think it is. Right. So Giant League, you need a good striker. I had an SS Cristiano Ronaldo, I believe, before I did it, because he was like, I rushed him to SS. That was like my mission in my main account when I first started. I was just like, oh, I've got Cristiano Ronaldo from a pack, right? He's my favourite player in the game right now. Before all the legends came out, get him to SS quickly. Absolutely caned Hall of Fame. Spent loads of gems on it every day. I think at the peak I was doing about 7 goes a day on the Hall of Fame. So, because what I did is I was working out how many gems I was earning from domestic competitions and doing various modes, daily mission, etc, etc. And then I would work out how many I would spend a week and how many I would earn a week. And when it was roughly the same, I was like, well, I don't care about spending gems on anything else. There was no lucky spin back then. I just want to dump it all in Hall of Fame and get Cristiano Ronaldo leveled up as quickly as possible. And that's exactly what I did. So, yeah. You need a really good striker, a really good keeper, 2,500 team power, and then you need to do each team once each to get the badge. And then you also get like a gift pack, and in that gift pack you can get fragments, you can get player cards, A or S, and I think sometimes you might get almighty fragments as well. So the badges are the most important thing because they give you boosts to 3 different stats for each badge, and then when you get one of each badge the first time, oh, well done Flaming 11, mate. That's twice you've beaten me today, but I was a lot closer that time, so you know, I'm coming for you. Don't worry about that. So yeah, once you get each badge once, and you get 1,000 stat points to every player on every stat, which is absolutely huge. You have no idea. I mean, by the time I'd finished the Giant League, like getting the badges each day, not each day, each, I think it was like every 3 days I would get a new badge on average. So you would be getting stats from that as you went along, and then obviously I was upgrading my team at the same time, and by the time I got to the end of Giant League, when I got my very last badge, I think I was around 3,200 team power, you know, sort of low 3,000s, and then that final badge went in, that stat boost kicked in, and I went straight to 4,000. It's like an 800 boost to your team stats, and it's just like whoa, and it just gives you such a huge improvement to your team. And at the time, cross server, when some of the other like sort of top tier teams from other servers hadn't quite completed their badges, they were just out of the race at that point. LK was the first to get one, and then I got one next, and yeah, we were just miles ahead of everybody. And then eventually they got their badges and caught up, and now there's a few of us who are all competing for that kind of second place more than anything. LK is still quite a bit ahead. The main problem at the moment with me is that I just can't score enough goals against him. His keeper is obscene. I don't know what level he is, but he must have been levelling him up quite a bit over the last few weeks, because Jesus, I mean, I'm getting a lot of shots off and they're just not going in. So that just shows you how important a good keeper is and how it can actually carry your team. I mean, when you've got a really strong keeper and they can't score against you, all you need to do is score 1 or 2 goals against them, and that's it. You're just going to win every match. And yeah, just shows you the importance. So there you go. I mean, I would do some more matches because I've got no worries about spending 4 gems on stamina, but because it's crashing after the Green Journey games and things, I'm just going to stop right there for today. I am going to do a quick guide about substitutions. So check that one out when you get a chance. I'll show you how substitutes can be really good at boosting your team stats and things. So yeah, that's all for my New Stars Day 5. Catch me tomorrow for Day 6, and like, subscribe, comment, you know, let's have a chat, ask questions, whatever you fancy, and yeah, keep tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.